Hello everybody and welcome back to Serious Sunday. I'm your host Luke and this is the show where I talk about video games and things. And we have taken off the shiny new wrapping off of 2017 and it's back to the status quo. And this week I wanted to talk a little bit about a video game streaming service, something that I'm sure that most of you are already fairly familiar with. It's one of my favorites and I'm talking about Twitch.tv today. I think that anybody that watches video content on the internet on a regular is probably already at least passingly familiar with the Twitch.tv service. If you aren't already familiar with it, however, it's basically not entirely dissimilar to the concept of YouTube, except in that the entirety of the content on Twitch is streamed live. Unlike YouTube videos like the things that we create, which are at least moderately edited, everything that goes onto Twitch is completely unscripted and just kind of thrown up there, or at least that's the general concept. There are some exceptions to the rule, and it appears that Twitch is starting to look at the possibility of hosting actually pre-created content fairly soon, but for the most part, with the exception of possibly the Bob Ross Twitch channel, everything there is fairly organic. It was predominantly video game content for the longest time. I would probably hazard a guess to say that that was their mission statement, that they would be the best video game streaming site on the internet, and they probably succeeded in that area. Whenever you think of video game streaming, if you think about video game streaming on the regular, it's probably Twitch that you think about. Not to belittle YouTube Gaming and their streaming service, I'm sure that it's perfectly serviceable, but it just hasn't been around as long as Twitch has, and Twitch just has the following that it doesn't. I personally have been watching Twitch for an extremely long time, at least in internet time, because of some unusual glitch making it so that I no longer get notifications on my phone when some of my favorite streamers go online. I haven't had as much opportunity to spend as much time watching Twitch as I once did, but I still log in from time to time when the thought does strike me to do so, and watch a few people fairly regularly. Lately, however, Twitch seems to be branching out from its regular video game only type content. A year ago when the Bob Ross stream started, it was sort of a very large novelty type thing, and I'm not entirely sure that I was against the idea of it myself, but it's definitely not video games. Twitch has certainly been a testbed for some interesting live experiments in video game and otherwise content streaming. The Twitch Plays series, though they seem to be lacking the audience that they once had when Twitch Plays Pokemon was fairly brand new, are still a very interesting concept, and from time to time I'll even go back and fast forward through the Twitch Plays Dark Souls videos, for example. But every once in a while you'll find something that is just mind-boggling in its innovation in certain ways, but also tends to sort of put someone that has solidified in their mind sort of the image of Twitch being a video game streaming service, not necessarily entirely off, but certainly confuses me. John recently brought to my attention the Twitch channel Cbots Chat, which, if you're not familiar, is essentially two Google Homes in an empty room, which have been modified to contain the chat programming of two chatbots, which are in a constant state of conversation with one another. It's surreal and it's fascinating, and it absolutely is bringing in a lot of traffic to Twitch, so I don't blame them at all for hosting that sort of content, but it's definitely not what I would have expected when I would have logged into Twitch on a regular basis about a year ago. Now, I'm not some kind of curmudgeon that is going to poo-poo any idea of doing something that's different from what a website already does. And I believe that Twitch even put up a survey before they started doing things like this to ask whether people were interested in doing things aside from just video game videos on Twitch. To which I'm sure a large number of people said, go ahead, do multiple things. We'll still love you if you change. But on a personal level, I kind of wonder, and maybe even certain parts of me worry, whether Twitch is starting to dilute their content by doing things like this. They were the uncontested leaders in video game streaming services for quite a while. YouTube Gaming seems to be gaining quite a bit of traction, although I wonder if some of the shift might just be because of policy changes after Twitch was acquired by Amazon, however long ago that was. Most of my favorite streamers are still on Twitch, so I have plenty of reason to go back there and watch it on the regular. I subscribe, so I support the channel and I support at least one streamer, and I still love the things that they do. But as late perhaps as this sentiment may be, I do hope that Twitch isn't going to lose the spark of what kind of made it special over the last however many years that it was such a big deal. There's certainly a lot of really great gaming content still coming through Twitch. As of noon Atlantic time on Sunday the 8th of January, the Awesome Games Done Quick 2017 marathon will be broadcast live over Twitch, and I'm probably going to have that window open perpetually over the course of the next week. I always love myself a speedrunning marathon, and they have those in spades. European Speedster Assembly, the Happy Tales Marathon, Summer Games Done Quick, Mega Marathon, RTA in Japan, DreamHack. There's a lot of very interesting competitions and conventions that you'll get the opportunity to watch on Twitch. So by no means is Twitch losing the spark of what it has always had. And don't get me wrong, I really like Cbot's chat. It's kind of fun and really interesting and weird. And who doesn't like Bob Ross? But, and maybe I'm in a minority in this particular respect, I do hope that Twitch doesn't try to overextend and move out of what made them special at the first place. We already have YouTube live events, so I think them sticking to being the best at one thing would probably be better for them than attempting to become pretty good at a lot of things. Just my 2 cents, however, and regardless of what happens, I'm still going to be watching the streamers on Twitch that I always did, and if they start to host some other non-video game related content that I'm interested in, I'll probably end up watching those as well. Maybe I don't even have really a very good salient point, but it's just something that I was thinking about while getting ready for the AGDQ marathon coming up tomorrow for me. All that said, what would you guys think about the NPCs getting onto Twitch, or perhaps YouTube gaming? I'm not going to say it's something that would happen on the regular. We barely have enough time to record as it is. But I do find myself with a little bit of time to play video games from time to time, and who knows, I might be willing to look into streaming some of the video gaming that I do on my spare time if people are interested in watching that sort of a thing. I don't know that any of you really want to look at me or John or Matt playing video games, but if you watch our channel, hey, maybe there's a chance that you do. Anyway, thanks for dropping by and watching this video. I hope that you're having a wonderful weekend. If you like speedrunning, do check out the Awesome Games Done Quick Marathon, although I'm sure if you like speedrunning, you already knew about that. But otherwise, take care and have yourself a good one.